Hi everyone. We're going to have a staff meeting on Friday, and so I'm going to try a technique called the flip staff meeting for this one. And if we like it, we can continue it in the future. And if we decide it's not effective, we'll just do away with it. So here's the deal. I'm going to go through the agenda items for the staff meeting right now, so you can hear my entire spiel, hopefully in the next 5 minutes or less. And then when we actually meet on Friday, we can share some action items from each of you and follow up and just have some discussion time without me having to take the floor the whole time. So let's start. So I have 3 basic goals for our department this semester, and the first goal is to have effective communication with each other as well as effective communication with the school district. So there are 4 different subdivisions of how I feel like we can come about effective communication. And the first thing is that I want us to have short meetings every now and then instead of having long meetings, maybe once or twice a year. So I'm going to ask that we meet every 6 weeks, just right at the beginning, the first week of the 6 weeks. We'll kind of check in with each other, see what we're doing, because here's what's going on. We have so many great things happening in our department. And each subset of our department, we know about it, but we don't necessarily have the time to share it with other people in the department. So this will give us some opportunities to have some unity with each other and find out what's going on. Second, I've created some Google shared folders. Now you don't have them yet because I wanted to send you this video before I sent you the shared folders so you would understand what they're going to be for. So I'm going to demonstrate those to you right now. So in a little while, you're going to get a big folder that's called the Brenham ISD Technology Department folder. The title of it will look something like this. Let me go back out a little bit. Brenham ISD Technology Department shared folder. Inside of that folder, I have some subfolders, and I don't want you to worry about the fact that I have names associated with these folders because they're all for all of us, and you can actually privatize documents if you need to, and we'll talk more about that later. But basically, I have a subfolder for BISD wired documents. I would like to have a single location so that anything that's in BISD wired, our webpage, is also in a single location on Google Drive in case we need to make changes to it, then anyone can find it. Documents that go inside of this folder need to be changing ownership to the technology department, and we can look at how to do that. I have a subfolder labeled Administration, Kim and Julie. Julie and I have been working really hard on some phone number documents for bad weather for School Messenger. I would put that in there. Gary one time asked me for instructions on how to use School Messenger and for a username and password in case I'm not here and he would have to take over those duties. I hope that didn't happen, but if it does, I'm going to place that in there. Just anything that we think is regarding administration for our department. The second one is for our instructional services team, Jessica, Ann, and Troy. I might put some things in there as well, and whomever else finds something that they think is appropriate, but that is so we can have a single location. Network services of Ed and Brian. Brian's been sharing some great documents with me, and Ed as well. That'll help us to have them in the single location where we can find them. And then technician services, Gary, Joe, and Ten. I'm open to ideas. If this structure doesn't seem to be working, we can change it. And this does not necessarily replace our network folder and our ABC pool of executable files and so forth. I think we probably need a blend of both, but I like the idea of having something in Google so that we can find it more readily, especially when we're not connected to the domain server. Next, I want to talk about the studio. The studio is for all of us. It is amazing what type of work we can produce in there. It is so professional. And so at Friday's meeting, I'm going to ask the JAT team to demonstrate one of their videos that they've been making in there so everyone can see the possibilities. And then everyone is open to use it outside of our department as well. Finally, regarding effective communication, I want to talk about the BISD Wired web page. So when we open that web page, currently, we have a lot of wonderful resources on it. Jessica was talking about doing some restructuring here, and I think that's a terrific idea. We can add more. We'll have the JAT team has a page, and then each one of our network services could have a page. The technician services could have a page where you could describe who you are, what you do, or resources for teachers. We have a resources page, and anybody can add some information to this, or if you give the information to Jessica, Ann, or Troy. They can put it on there for us. We want to really utilize this well so that we can refer people in our school district to this page for help. So really take a look at this. And Brian, being the genius that he is, figured out how we can tell people to go automatically to www.bisdwire.net, and it redirects exactly to the Google page. So it'll be quite easy for our people to be able to use that. So that is going to be terrific for us. Okay, so that was my first goal for this year, effective communication. And my second goal is to have organization of inventory and facilities. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm not trying to make anyone nervous or that I'm not going to throw away things that we need, but I just want to kind of get some things cleaned up so I have a better idea of what our inventory is, and so that I know what needs to be ordered and can start making some plans for the future. Plus, you know me, I just like things to be neat. So here's kind of how I see that happening. Cleaning the warehouse of the Chromebook boxes that are really overwhelming. So we're going to rent, I hope I have this phrased correctly, but a rollover, one of those giant dumpsters. We can throw all of the Chromebook boxes into it. I did look into recycling. It is actually too hard for us to be able to get that done. So we're going to have to use the trash instead. Sorry to the world on that one. But I also want us to go through other locations in our building and look for other trash that can go out there. That way we have one big clean sweep and get rid of the unnecessary things. In the very back room behind Gary's area, we have a lot of office supplies and other things inside of cabinets. I'd like us to go through the office supplies back there, or anything else that's back there. It's the parts, I think what used to be called the parts room, even parts that we don't necessarily need. And anything that's usable to staff members in our school district. I'm kind of thinking about maybe running like a free garage sale, like we have some tables set up. If we have 600 hanging file folders that we don't need, we could put some stuff like that on the tables. People could come by, pick it up, and take it if they want. That way people don't see us throwing away things that are useful, and we can help others. So be thinking about how that might look and how we might operate that. So basically cleaning out the warehouse, cleaning out the back room, trash goes into the rollover. Anything that we can give away, we'll give away. We want to move the cabinets from that back room to the hallway so that we have a definite inventory location. So I know that right now we have one that's lockable. I think that we could probably arrange to have keys made for the other ones. Anything that's considered inventory, that not necessarily big inventory like projectors and so forth, but small inventory, laptops and iPads and other devices that need to be locked up, we would have a clean and neat space that's lockable. Also then I thought maybe we could label those, because I love a label maker, and we would know where our inventory is located and have a better idea if someone's looking for something, where exactly it is in our building. So once we move all of our cabinets and maybe some shelving back out to the hallway, we would move 10 out of the hallway. We're looking into being able to remodel the back room for a help desk area, so that 10 could set up a bench to repair things and so forth. So that's kind of where I'd like to go, and I appreciate any of your suggestions. So that's the second goal for me, organization of inventory and facilities. The third goal is, I've borrowed it from Ann, and it's simple, effective, and fun. I want us all to look at what we do here in our department, and each time that we kind of start a task or we're doing a task, I want us to look for the simplicity, effectiveness, and is it bringing fun where it can. By fun I don't really mean haha fun, I mean like that we take joy and pride in what we do. We need to remember that everybody makes a difference, and you make a difference, I make a difference, even in the smallest things. The idea that nobody can prevent us from being exceptional except ourselves. So don't let internal factors hold us back from being exceptional, and never think that your value is not as important as someone else. We're all make a difference, and that includes the people out in our school district as well. Secondly, for simple, effective, and fun, the idea that everything that we do is based on relationships. I love the quote that says, technology succeeds when it recognizes the human nature of its users. So the technology, the device itself, is not what keeps us in business. Although we think when things break down and we can fix it or we can show people how to use it well, that's why we have job security. It's not. It's because we are building relationships with the people in our school district, and they see value in us, and we add value to them. We bring them value in their jobs. So always consider, no matter how frustrating and how much they're pushing our buttons, and believe me, I know I'm there too, but how can we build a positive relationship with someone else in the district or even outside of the school district? I want us to provide exceptional service. I want us to, not that we don't already do that, we do, and I appreciate what you do. I know that when Julie answers the phone with that smile on her face, even through the phone, people can see her professional, the way that she handles things professionally, and the way that she speaks so kindly to people. And Ed as well. And even if he's feeling frustrated by what they're asking him, he always makes them feel like he goes out of his way to tell them as much as he can to help them maybe solve a solution. So we're providing exceptional service. Should not cost any money. It's what we can do for free, just to do a little extra, so that people know that we consider them important and that we value them. And then finally, to reinvigorate yourself. And my thoughts on this come from Google, and Jessica and Ann are really familiar with this. Google has the idea of 20% time. I can't say you can take 20% of the work week and do your own project, but I can say that I want you to have passion projects. Something related to your job, but it's not necessarily a directive from me or something that you're expected to do, but just something that brings you happiness and joy, so that when you are having a bad week, you can look forward to the idea that you're going to spend a Thursday, an hour on Thursday afternoon working on whatever your passion project is. This is not formal. You're not going to turn anything in. This is just something for you. I know Joe right now is working on his degree. We're so proud of him for that. And so he takes some time to go take tests to get certified in certain things. And we allow him to do that because that's his passion project right now. And so we are able to give him a couple hours every now and then to take care of that. So be thinking about that. That's great. And I encourage you. And I'm going to be looking for passion projects for myself as well. For simple, effective, and fun, and also consider what are our processes in our department. How can we make them simple and effective so that people only have to click once or twice to get what they need? But approach each thing that we do with that in mind. So finally, I hope that wasn't too long. Here are the action items for Friday. If the JAT team would please demonstrate a video that they made in the studio so everyone can see the value and possibilities. If people will begin moving documents into the shared folders, and then be considering, what do you need from me? I want you to feel that I've communicated well with you, and that if you need a document or password, whatever it is that I have, that I can give to a folder that you could utilize later, let me know and I'll move that into the folder as well. And then this is the time of the year of evaluations. So you're going to have your normal evaluation sheet where you have to mark the ones and the twos and so forth. And I'll give you these on Friday. You'll evaluate yourself, and then you'll come back and we'll discuss my evaluation and your evaluation and make some comparisons. So I'd like for you to sign up for an evaluation time either Monday 1:13 or Wednesday 1:15, and I will share this document out to you, this whole entire presentation out to you, and you can come to this last slide and click on this link right here, and the link will take you to a calendar page. And if you don't see time slots, just increase to the next week. So here's the time slots on the afternoon of Monday 1:13. Here's the time slots on the afternoon of 1:15, and you just click in the time slot and add your name, and then I'll see you at that time. Okay, so this is our very first flipped staff meeting, and I'll see you guys Friday.